Premier boxing champions on FS1. It is brought to you by Motel 6. Book online at the new motel6.com. We'll leave the light on for you. We are inside Club Nokia here in Los Angeles, the LA Live complex. You're watching the PBC here on FS1. Let's get right to the Corona tail of the tape. Caleb, the Sweet Hands Plant, taking on Ada Rodriguez. Plant's the younger fighter. He's got the advantage in the height, the reach. Let's see if he uses that advantage in this fight. Both fighters are in the ring. We get the official introduction from...
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
From Islas Canarias, Spain, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Edesat El Toro Rodriguez. Across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed with the orange. He enters the ring undefeated, 11 wins, 8 of those coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Nashville, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Caleb Sweet Hands Plant.
Boxer Chief second. Boxer Chief second. Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. All right, guys, belt line is good. Belt line is good. I gave you instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner. Ooh, we're good.
Caleb Plant told us he's not cocky, but confident. Says, I expect to be a top contender in the middleweight division by the end of the year, a champion by 2017.
You ready?
Adas Rodriguez, well, he's fighting in the U.S. for the first time in his career. He says, I've got 2 goals tonight, to win and look spectacular doing it. Rodriguez is in the black trunks. Plant, the black trunks with the orange trim. Plant out of Tennessee and has some of the quickest hands you'll see. There's combination. Finished it with a left hook.
Mark.
Quick sweet hands here. I really like this Caleb Plant, and I told him in person that I think he's an overall complete fighter. He just needs the experience. Tonight, he's in with a guy that Adsat Rodriguez said he was going to come to fight. He doesn't care how much of a prospect he thinks Plant is, or young, or he has everything against him. Rodriguez is here to shock the world and create a big upset here.
This is Plant's fight to get that experience. Rodriguez is here to fight, but you could see Caleb Plant is showing us that he's got the skills. He's using that jab, followed by body shots, followed by left hooks, right hands. He's doing everything that he needs to be doing.
It's scheduled for 8. Plant told us he doesn't expect this fight to go to distance at all. In fact, he says he wants to stop Rodriguez as he catches him with a check left hook. Plant started his fighting career in martial arts, did some kickboxing. He was a national kickboxing champion. That's where he gets the footwork from, those hands. And it was a funny story. He told us he got the nickname when he was fighting in Alabama, said he was fighting a lot of black fighters. And he said beating them, and they said, man, you got some sweet hands.
Well, there's a stereotype with certain fighters, no matter where they're from, what ethnicity they are. Yeah, we have a reputation to uphold. And Caleb from Tennessee, not many champions come from Tennessee, but he definitely makes it look sweet. So Tennessee should be proud of this young man.
Absolutely. He catches Rodriguez again with that check left hook. Look at this combination.
Beautiful combinations. And right there, he even blocked the check hook there because he knew something was coming from the aggressive Rodriguez.
He's a complete fighter. You know, his corner is doing a great job. Caleb is complete. You know, he's learning from these fights, and he says he wants to win by knockout, but
Accidental headbutt. Cut right here. This eye. This eye is from a punch. All right?
The other ref said accidental headbutt.
Watch the head.
Gives the warning there to Rodriguez. Keep in mind, in California, you know, they don't have to give you a warning about that. They can take a point right away.
It's up to the referee's discretion.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. That's what it states in the rules.
That kind of looks pretty big above the left eyebrow. It's a pretty big cut, it looks like.
Here's the footwork.
Caleb Plant brushing off the shoulders there, having fun, dancing, showing to the crowd that he's in control. Look at that. He just looks amazing in there. I'm really impressed by this kid.
Look at Rodriguez's face. It is a bloody mess from that cut.
Stop the bell, guys. Time.
The cut happened here in the first round. As we take a look. Right there. Caleb Plant and Adas Rodriguez. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Los Angeles. We're inside Club Nokia. You're watching the PBC here on FS1. It is LA Fight Week. We kick things off tonight, and of course, it culminates on Saturday night. The main event, that man right there, Danny Swift Garcia, steps into the ring against Robert Guerrero. He joins us here for a couple of rounds. And how you doing, Swift?
I'm doing great. Just out here in the West Coast doing my thing.
Listen, it's a big fight with you, Robert Guerrero, taking on the former world champion. Talk to me about what this fight means to you Saturday night.
I'm very excited. I'm going against Robert Guerrero. He's a tough, crafty veteran. He has a big heart. I know he's coming to fight. But we had a great training camp. Everything went well, and I'm ready to go out there and showcase my skills this Saturday.
You know, the interesting thing to me about this fight is how well you've adjusted since you've come to the welterweight division. Listen, this is now a title fight for you, so now you've upped the ante even more. Talking about whoever wins this fight.
Oh, yeah, I'm very excited. I feel a lot stronger at the welterweight division. I held my body at 140 for a little too long, I feel like. But I feel great now, and, you know, boxing's all about timing, and like you said, I'm fighting for the welterweight title now. So it's just a blessing, you know, try to get my second division as a world champion, and it's a great feeling.
Left hook by Caleb Plant. Knocked the mouthpiece out of Rodriguez's mouth.
Rinse it. I already gave my instructions in the dressing room. I said I'd hang on to it. Let's go. Keep it in, all right? Let's go. Time in.
Here the referee telling Rodriguez, you got to keep that mouthpiece in. What do you think of the action you've seen thus far, Danny?
I think Panta, he's a good fighter. He has short, crispy punches. He uses good footwork. He just can't get careless in there because, you know, one punch could change the fight, but I think he's doing a great job overall.
Robert, what would you tell a fighter? You know, Caleb's having some fun. He's using the footwork things that day. Would you say, hey, cut down on the showboating, or do you like that?
No, I wouldn't tell him.
That's in his nature.
I wouldn't tell him. You know, that's probably not the type of fighters that I train. But the way he's doing it very successful. He's landing every punch he wants. He's picking his punches and boxing beautiful, making him miss. So I wouldn't tell him. I think he's doing a great job.
That's all right.
And I agree with that. I love his style. You may not train fighters like that, but I love what I see. I told him in person, he does everything right at that. I told him if he was a big Roy Jones Jr. fan, he says absolutely. He watches guys like Terry Norris as well. For a guy from Tennessee, he really impresses me with the swag that he fights with. I know Danny can appreciate the swag.
Yeah. Love the swag. That's what it's all about.
Look at that. Look at that.
He's certainly putting on a show. 30 seconds here. Danny, what do you think? Give us the key to beating Robert Guerrero.
The key is just, you know, being Danny Garcia. I got to go in there, be a smart fighter, use my jab, use my footwork, and if I got to bang, I got to bang. If I got to box him, I got to box him. So I'm prepared for whatever.
That's what's beautiful about fighters that could do it all. Box, exchange, brawl, whatever it is, and that's Danny Garcia.
Appreciate it.
Another round in the books. Another one for Caleb Plant. As he planted that hook and knocked the mouthpiece right out of Rodriguez right there. And you talk about that swag, Danny Garcia. Here's some of the fancy footwork by Caleb Plant.
Such good things with the jab, all right? And you're landing more shots when you work on the jab first. When you start with the jab, finish with the jab, that opens up the rest of your offense. So just stick with that jab.
Touch up top.
I heard him in the body right there. Yes. I know you did.
And again, Saturday night in prime time, Danny Garcia against Robert Guerrero. Boy, it's an opportunity for you to not only at one point you were basically holding all the belts there at a junior welterweight. Now you step up, you become welterweight champion with a victory on Saturday.
Oh man, it's just it's a dream come true to me. You know, as a little kid, I always wanted to be a different division champion, and this gives me the opportunity to go out there Saturday night and win my second division. So I can't feel any more blessed than what I am right now.
Four-punch combination to start the round. Robert, what would you be telling Rodriguez at this point? It's almost like he can't get his offense off.
You know, it's hard to tell a fighter something when he's not even landing. He can't land, you know. The only thing you can do is get lucky. Pressure, keep his hands up, try not to get knocked out, because he's getting hit with everything. So, you know, just try to go out there, keep your hands up, and try to land a lucky punch. You know, there's nothing you could do right now.
And I'm a firm believer of there's no luck in boxing. Even if he finds lightning in a bottle, I don't think he's going to find it tonight. He came in thinking that tough is enough. Tough isn't enough in boxing, and he's getting exposed and he's getting embarrassed here.
You know, one of the things we had talked to him about in going into this fight, you know, he's from the Canary Islands, which is there, you know, nearby Spain. But does he face enough stiff competition? You know, this is his first fight here in the States, and he said yes. Hey, I get good sparring from Spain. I fight tough fighters. But it hasn't proved that out thus far.
You know, that's wrong there. You know, he's not saying the truth, because I just got back from Spain, and they don't even follow boxing in Spain. They don't air it on TV or anything. So there's very few fighters there in Spain. So I don't think so. You know, coming to the United States against somebody like Plant was, you know, something that he never expected.
Yeah. I think his only chance is try to land a big shot in between the exchanges.
Get lucky, that's it.
So when Plant throws, he just bite down and just let one rip.
But see, if you see Plant, Plant throws and he knows what's coming after, so he's able to get away from it. Look at that. See, he's there. He knows how to get away from those punches so easy.
Danny, you know what this reminds me of when you fought Lamont Peterson. You know how Lamont was moving around, and you had to cut the ring off on him to get him to fight.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it's a little tricky in there when guys are moving. It's not always that simple to just cut the ring off and get your shots. So you got to use your jab, try to use your feints, and try to make him throw so you can counter him back.
Here's that left hook to the body by Rodriguez.
Here's the difference, O'Brien. Lamont Peterson gave Danny something to punch. Right here, Rodriguez is missing completely. You don't train to miss. So when you miss and you don't hit nothing but air, you totally get discouraged.
Got to give him credit, though. He's in there trying his hardest.
Oh, listen, I give him
credit. Business.
Hey, listen, I give him credit, man. He comes all the way over here. He's doing his thing. But he's in there against a highly skilled future champion here. I'm really excited about Plant.
Here's a right just grazed Caleb Plant.
Stop at the bell, gentlemen. Jeff.
Another round in the bank for Caleb Plant. You're watching the PBC here on FS1. Welcome back to Los Angeles. Caleb Plant taking on Adas Rodriguez. Let's take a look at the punch that's through 3 rounds, and it has been all one-sided thus far. Caleb Plant, he has landed nearly 32% of his punches. Adas Rodriguez hasn't landed 10 just yet. Let's listen in. The doctor checking in.
Step back for a second.
Ya, pero espérate, macho.
Stop. ¿Viste lo que te dije?
Tengo que curarle,
Cuando le pegas
puta madre.
Cuando le pegas el cuerpo.
Doctor checking in on Rodriguez, looking at that cut. They've done a good job for it thus far.
Yes, they have. You know, the cut is big enough, but they've done a good job. And the doctor right away said, you know, it's not bothering the vision, so let's let it continue.
This is round 4. It's scheduled for 8. There's a left hook by Rodriguez.
Rodriguez's corner told him to pick up the pressure. Right there, he lands
another left hook. Yeah.
In between the exchanges. So I think that's probably his best way of landing the shot.
Exactly. That's his chance he's got, you know, stay in the inside and take a chance, you know, throw punches when he's getting hit.
Exactly.
Like that. That's his chance he's got. Go to the body, whip the body, aim at the shoulders, not at the head, because he's going to miss.
It's a good point, Danny. Whenever you're fighting a guy that's better than you, more talented, faster, stronger, the only way to really catch him is to time him in between punches. And talented fighters hate that.
Yes, sir. It's all about timing. That's what I say.
That's right.
Minute gone here in round 4. You can see Plant is giving him a feint and then coming in with the double jab.
I think if Plant walks him down, he can actually stop him.
I'm always curious, you know, Danny, you're a new father. How has that changed you as a fighter?
I was just scared it didn't make me soft. As a baby girl.
Instead of Swift Garcia, would you be soft Garcia?
I know, man. You know, it's just like, it's just a blessing. It's just new motivation in my life, and I love it, man. It's great.
That's fantastic.
Is your family here with you?
Yeah, my whole family's here. She's back at the room, the baby, sleeping. So
Awesome.
it's gonna be her first fight, so I'm excited.
How's your dad as a babysitter?
Oh man, I don't know what to do when she cries, man.
Everyone loves your dad, man.
You know that.
Oh, my dad. You said my dad.
Your dad. How's your dad as a babysitter?
He's good. He's good. He's just like me though. Like when the baby starts crying, he's just like don't know where to put her. Like,
well, we've all talked about. I think a number of people said they can't wait to watch you and Robert fight, but I think even more people are looking forward to seeing you two fathers at the press conference. Which one of the fathers are going to steal the show?
You know, it's all about, my pop, he never goes in there thinking about what he's going to say or start problems. It's all about, if they say something first, then we have to retaliate.
It comes your way Saturday night in prime time on Fox. 30 seconds left here in round 4. You saw Plant. He said, waved Rodriguez, said, come on, come in. Trying to set a trap. There's a couple body shots by Rodriguez.
This was a better round for Rodriguez here. I don't think he won, but I think he actually got a little bit of confidence.
Stop the bell, gentlemen.
Let's go to the corner of Caleb Plant.
All right, doing great. A beautiful round. You gave him a shot there.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's not give him any shots. All right, be smart. Keep it tight at all times.
What's up?
Deep breath. Good. We're ready to go 12 rounds, 15 rounds. We can do it all. All right, we can keep boxing all night long. We're ready. Deep breaths. Same thing. Stick behind the jab.
My pace.
Your pace, stick behind the jab, but don't give him anything. You gave him one shot last round, all right? Let's not give him anything. No more.
Yes,
all right? Just keep working behind the jab. That jab is knocking his head back. It's a very stiff jab. All right? Don't get caught up in anything the crowd's doing, anything. All right? Focus on what you do.
You the champion here. Second out, mouthpiece in. Second out, mouthpiece in.
Focus on what you do. Don't give him anything.
That's Justin Gamber. He's the trainer for Caleb Plant. What'd you think about the instructions?
Good instructions, but tell him to keep that jab going. Don't get frustrated from the crowd or anything. That was good instructions. The only thing I might have maybe not agree with was when they told me he's ready for 15 rounds. Well, this is not a 15-round fight. It's an 8-round fight. So let's go out and do what you do best for the remaining 3 rounds.
And he's come out aggressive. He's connected with a couple of combinations here at the beginning of round 5.
Great point there, Robert. It's an 8-round fight. He has 3 more rounds to go if he wants to continue a knockout streak, get a 9th knockout on a resume.
Caleb Plant, it's amazing that he has gotten to this point here in his career. Grew up very poor. Mother wasn't always in his life. He said his father worked 2-3 jobs just basically to keep he and his brother afloat. Sometimes they had to go live at their grandparents' house because they didn't have enough money. And you see on his trunk it says R.I.P. Aaliyah. That's for his daughter, who was just 19 months old when she died in January, basically of last year. He says that took such a toll on him. She had a disease called ATIC, born with no motor skills. She used to have up to 150 seizures a day. He would train, go to the hospital, train, go back to the hospital every day. He said it changed him as a person now, as a fighter, because he says, listen, my daughter will never have the opportunity to say my dad was a world champion. He promised his daughter that he would be, and he says he will not let down on that promise. Now he has even more motivation.
He's on his way. He's on his way to being a world champion. You know, this kid Plant is showing he's got all the tools to be a great fighter, and not only that, but a great champion.
But back to that story, Brian, it was very emotional, but it goes to show you the type of person that Plant is, the character that he has, and the maturity that he got out of it. He got burdened with something that he didn't expect, and he's fighting through it. I mean, this young man has everything going for him in and out of the ring.
Yes, sir. I say every great champion always has a special motivation. It's something that's always in the back of your mind when you feel like you can't go no more.
Right.
To just push you and just fight till you can't fight anymore.
And do you see how easy he's landing punches and getting out of the counter punch and making his opponent miss? So easy for him, you know, he's making it so easy. The question is, will he be able to do it when he steps up in level to maybe a top 10, top 15 fighter in the world? We'll see. But so far, he looks great.
Well, he said, listen, I've had a lot of letdowns in my life. I'm not going to add to that by not fulfilling what I told my daughter. And that's to become a world champion. There's another check left hook. As he steps around his opponent, final seconds.
Everything he does is so easy for him.
Right here you see Caleb Plant channeling his inner Pernell Whitaker and Muhammad Ali, hands down, making guys completely miss, pivoting out, not getting touched by anything. And then when he does get even slightly touched, he looks at the crowd and says, that didn't hurt.
That is Ada Sato Rodriguez, boy. Making his U.S. debut, he's got to be frustrated.
That's the look of a man that thought he was going to land something, and he realizes he's in too deep against a guy that just has everything going for him and popping in all cylinders.
The only opportunity he has right now, all right, is to wait for you to throw. Keep using your feints, using your jab, keep your defense tight. The backup defense needs to be tight.
This is round 6. As we take a look at what you, the fans, have it, no surprise here. You've got Caleb pitching a shutout. There's third punch combination by Plant. Robert, I'm curious, at this point, he's dominating so much. Would you ever tell him, fighting like this, hey, why don't you just go ahead and end the show?
No, you know, he's doing a great job. You know, he's getting the rounds experience. You know, he's in with a tough guy that's taking a good punch. You know, he's very, you know, he's working the half distance beautiful. He's making a miss. He's doing everything he has to do.
Notice that Robert said the exact same thing that Justin Gamer said to the corner of Caleb Plant. Right? Don't give him nothing. Stay patient. Stay behind the jab. It's going to come.
And if it comes, it comes. Look, any punch could do it. But right now, he's doing a great job just having that half distance, that left foot in front of his opponent, controlling everything off the jab, making him miss so easy. He doesn't have to win by knockout. You know, he's still looking sensational, and 8 rounds of work is going to be as good as if he wins by knockout. You know, that's just going to be good work for him.
He continues to pop the jab here in round 6.
It's easy the way he makes it look. Look, he's so close to his opponent, but he's so careful. You know, he's right there, ready for anything that his opponent brings. Anything that Rodriguez throws, he's going to make a miss. You know, he got hit with the jab there, but, you know, it's, of course, got to be once in a while. It's rare. You know, it's
rare when he gets hit with anything, and they go back to the corner, and Justin Gamer, his trainer, tells him, okay, we gave him that one.
Double left hook, finished it with a right hand.
Good counter there.
There's
counter by
straight right hand.
Plant.
Stiff jab.
As you see, Plant is trying to show something different. You know, keep his hands up and stand in front of him. Sometimes he might not need to do that. You know, he's been so good doing it on the outside and keeping the jab in his opponent's face. He doesn't have to, but you know, he wants to maybe test himself, maybe feel something land.
I'm glad you brought that up because I kind of do that when I want to lure or goad my opponent in. Rodriguez is a hard puncher, so maybe he wants to use Rodriguez's power to get the knockout. If he can't get the knockout on his own, well, let's use Rodriguez's power to actually get him down.
back to his jab, back to his stance. Look at that. Look at how beautiful he makes him miss.
And I tell you what, he wants to be active. There's right hand, left hook by Plant. Straight right. Another two-punch combination. Here comes Plant. Right there. Big left hook down rocks Rodriguez. And that's it. Caleb Plant.
When he comes back, drops his hands. You can't drop your hands like that. Mark, I got a TKO.
He went the distance his past couple of fights, but not tonight. As Caleb Plant plants this combination on Adas Rodriguez, gets himself another victory and another knockout. When we come back, the official time of this stoppage. You're watching Toe to Toe Tuesday here on FS1. Welcome back. We're in Los Angeles. You're watching Toe to Toe Tuesday here on FS1 as Caleb Plant planted that left hook on Adas Rodriguez. That one's the one that hurt him, put him against the ropes, combinations, and that's it. As we take a look at the punch stats, they're brought to you by Motel 6. We'll leave the light on for you. Caleb Plant landed nearly 40% of his punches. Let's get the official time of this stoppage. Here's Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee in charge, Thomas Taylor, steps in and brings an end to the contest. 2 minutes, 37 seconds of the 6th round for your winner by technical knockout and remaining perfect, Caleb Sweet Hands Plant.
Those hands were not only sweet, they were fast, and he remains unbeaten. Well, Danny, we will see you Saturday night against Robert Guerrero. Let me ask you, is that fight going the distance?
I always go for the knockout. But if it doesn't come, we're ready for 12 hard rounds.
We're looking forward to it. Danny Garcia against Robert Guerrero. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me on, man.
Absolutely. You can see him Saturday night on Fox. When we come back, our main event. Here he is. Jamal James, Javier Molina. It's next. Welcome back. We're inside Club Nokia at the LA Live Complex in downtown Los Angeles. You're watching Toe to Toe Tuesday here on FS1. Coming up, our main event, the undefeated Jamal James taking on the former Olympian Javier Molina. Both of these guys come from fighting families, both looking for a win and put their names in the national spotlight.
My name is Jamal James. I'm from Minneapolis.
I'm Javier Molina from Norwalk, California.
I started boxing around the age of 5. It's been in my family. My big brother, Adonis Frazier, was boxing. So I grew up in the gym, and I've always had those guys to look up to, and I always knew that I wanted to do something with boxing.
I'm one of 7 brothers. There's 3 of us that box, so all of us were real competitive. Making the Olympic team was always my dream. My twin brother, also an Olympian, he went to the Olympics for Mexico, and my other brother, Carlos, he's also a professional, so pretty competitive family.
I would describe myself as a fighter, as very versatile, long, more of a boxer puncher.
I feel like I can adapt to anything. If I need to box, I'll box. If I need to pressure, then I'll pressure, so we can just change up the game plan and just do what we have to do.
My message for Javier Molina, come ready, come prepared, Get ready for the storm coming, Shango Nation.
Good luck to him, and I hope he trained hard because we train hard and we're ready to put on a great show.
Both of these men, 2 of the rising stars at 147. So let's start with Jamal James. Robert, what does he need to do tonight to be successful?
Jamal needs to stay off the ropes, first of all. Needs to use his reach, use the ring, and most importantly, don't let the crowd get him into a brawl, because this is a Southern California crowd, and it's all for Molina.
Yeah, when you look at Jamal James, 6'2", so he's pretty tall to be a welterweight at 147. So let's talk about Javier Molina. You know him well. What does he need to do? What's the key for him tonight?
Javier Molina is a counterpuncher. He's a 2008 Olympian, so he knows how to win, and he knows how to get those clean shots. I think it'll be best for him to start off early, get those early rounds in the bank. That way he can be himself in the later rounds, sit back, pot shot him, cruise into a decision, or maybe even get a late round knockout.
Yeah, both of the guys talked about they would love to stop their opponent to really make a statement here tonight. It's fight time for our main event. When we come back, the unbeaten, you see him there, Jamal James takes on Javier Molina.